I should actually put that in my OkCupid profile, that I'm a risque queer icon.
By the boss of yeah.
I stopped, instead of actually flirting with people now, I have this slash fan art of Kirk, Spock, and Bones all having sex together, and I just send that to prospective letters. Okay. I am not a comedian, so be nice to me. I've heard comedians are mean, sad people. So I'm not. I'm sad, I'm just not mean. So, please be kind. I'm an author. I wrote this book. It's called Kissing Oscar Wilde, and it's about many things, including being a slutty bisexual. If you want one, you can buy it from me. I take credit cards. Also, I do hate pronouns, but for various reasons, I use female pronouns in this that I'm not going to go into right now. So just to get that out of the way. So this is an epically abridged catalog of the author's major romances, revealing the young Midwestern author's odyssey through fluid sexuality. Marissa. A conflation of a series of close female friends of the teenage authors who she was totally attracted to and who, in retrospect, were totally attracted to her, but who she never did anything with other than write them cute rhyming poems, drive them to Taming of the Shrew rehearsal or Rocky Horror or Bible study, and sometimes share the same bed with them during sleepovers and let her pinky finger slip over their pinky finger or her thigh rest into their thigh. Will. The author's first relationship. Dated the author for 6 months from author's age 18 to just past 19, a tech geek who enjoyed gaming lands and performing cunnilingus, and who, excitingly to the author's parents, had a penis and a future. During a defining conversation at Mother Bear's Pizza, which eventually led to their breakup, he told the author that aspiring to be a poet was essentially aspiring to be a crack whore on the street, which did not set her down her current life path, but certainly hardened her resolve. At the current time of writing, he's an investment banker on Wall Street. He invited the author to his wedding in 2011, but she was busy. Jade. Practically married to the author for 5 years, from author's age 19 to 24, a classical composer and poet. Loved Charles Baudelaire, Jean Cocteau, Rainer Maria Rilke, John Cage, The Beat Generation, etc. Accompanied the author on her first trip to Europe in 2006 and shared her kiss on Oscar Wilde's tomb. All the author's friends and family thought he was gay, but his womanishness and the author's mannishness worked. The author was also allowed to make out with girls during this romance, which was a big plus for the author. The author thought they were soulmates. They would have gotten tattoos of the two face halves of Hedwig and the Angry Inch if he hadn't been too much of a wuss to get tattooed. Lee. A conflation of 4 to 5 inconsiderately pretty, pixie-ish young women with borderline personality disorder, with whom the author would attend Tori Amos concerts, make out in movie theaters as she wiped away their tears during screenings of The Hours, and exchange cunnilingus after hits of nitrous oxide while their boyfriends discussed critical theory in the next room. Actually the same room, like IRL, but I thought that it was funnier if I wrote the next room. It was really weird. Dawn. The reason the author started getting tattooed, a gamine, freckled, menthol-smoking high school dropout with green eyes that no joke sparkled, expansive dreams, and an even more expansive theory of her global importance. Her arms were covered in fairy tattoos that represented the 4 elements and scars from years working the hot ovens in pizza kitchens. She was one of those Leos who's really into being a Leo. She was always falling out, getting fired, and raging against various establishments. This romance led the author to lose a great deal of sleep and weight. Owen. A conflation of several brilliant, sensitive, romantically unavailable males with whom the author shared artistically collaborative relationships with obvious romantic overtones. All of these men smoked Winstons. The invariable zenith of each of these relationships was a night spent sharing past relationship fucked upness, splitting an entire bottle of bourbon, and listening to Jeff Buckley's album Grace from start to finish, lying on separate sofas in the dark. I always like to see who relates to which one. It's always somebody. Okay, last one. This one's mean. Luke. An average man of average intelligence with average drinking and anger management problems. He wrote average poetry and held down average day jobs. All of the author's friends hated him, and she knew it, but almost loved that they hated him. For the first time since dating Will, the author could imagine filling a sitcom-suitable heteronormative female role, complete with drunken verbal abuse, emotional neglect, and repeated devaluation of all of the author's endeavors. The fact that the author associates these characteristics with the heteronormative female role, the author admits, says a lot about her relationship to heteronormative culture. So do you. I'm not saying you're, like, that's wrong. Does that make sense? Like, I'm always like, yeah. Like, it's my own associations and narratizations and whatever. If you like Sailor Moon, I'm doing a Sailor Moon shoujo spectacular at Oberon on November 12th. It's already half sold out, so get your tickets now. I love you all. The end.